because the people you surround, oh my god, it cut again. The people you surround yourself with is a big thing, right? Because it'll motivate you on what you do or don't do, right? Because I told you a lot of things I want to do, a lot of people are gonna stop me from doing, right? So then I know in my head, I'm like, I for sure gotta go do it, because them talking out their ass, right? I'm pretty sure I told you guys this, but I'm like, I had high school, got held, like I was at the top of my class up until the final year, got held back a little for a year, because I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, like uni's a scam, all that stuff. I'm like, I don't want to buy into this shit. But I'm like, you got idiotic people telling you like, oh, I've done this, you have to do this, you know, like the idiotic cycle keeps going, and I'm like, I want to break it because I know something's wrong. That year when I got held back is when I ended up meeting Vic and all the other guys. I haven't talked to him in a while, so I don't know if he's okay. Yeah, I had summer school then, but I had it for... I can't remember which math course, because I'm not number strong. And chem, I remember I had, or not chem, it might have been chem, because I did so well up until I got math heavy, and my teacher was such a bitch. So I'm like, but it's okay. I'm like, it was a blessing in disguise, because that was right up until, like, things had to happen that way, right? So I'm like, okay, I don't mind. But at the time, I was really pissed, because I was like, why is this happening to me at this point in time? Yeah, so I had summer school for the first time ever, right? Everyone's like, oh, Lisa's stupid all of a sudden, because I'm like, I was here, right? And then I had to take extra classes, right? But I wished that wasn't an issue, because if I had known I could have taken more classes, I would have done that, right? Like, I feel like the last 3 years I wasted time where I could have like expanded my knowledge a little bit more, right? So when it came to when I actually had to take it, because they didn't want me to take it, right? And I was like, I want to do this, right? And then when I got accepted into uni, because the one I ended up going to, they're like, wow, you have knowledge in all of these fields. Like, this is nuts. Because again, I told you guys this too, because I know at some point it's going to come to where I am now, where I'm like, I need to be able to be flexible enough to like switch fields, right? Like, I don't want to be boxed in. So I remember for me, it wasn't a pleasant experience, because all the people at the time were pieces of shit, right? So Tonesy telling me this now, because they always say he's just like me. They're like, oh, look, he's taking summer school just like you. Which is so annoying, because back in the day, because we have a 13-year age gap, right? So when I was old enough to start having kids, right, and he was around, they used to say he was my kid, right? Because he acts so much, he behaves like without being near me, like we're too much alike. But I'm like, it's because we're siblings, right? But like, I used to have that whole drama back in the day. Anyways, so now he comes back and he tells me, yo, Lisa, I'm in summer school now. I don't know if he ever knew I was in summer school, right? Or what the hell. Because in my head, when he told me he's going to summer school, I'm like, you're slacking, aren't you? Right? Because I'm like, knowing Tonesy has a very good balance with getting shit done and doing shit that's good for your spirit. You know what I mean? Whereas with me, I'm like, I gotta get all this shit done first, then I'll take care of me after, right? I have that type of mindset. So when he's telling me he's got summer school, I'm like, oh, he's slacking. But then he told me what it was for, and then I was like, okay, never mind, I understand, you're right, blame the system. I had to hear him out first. So that's the first thing he had to tell me. I don't know if he's in, let me do the math now. 26 subtract 2009. He's in his final, it's happening again. Like, energy always repeats itself. He's at the same age when I had to take summer school. right? And I was like, oh my god. So I told him, since it's physics, I'm like, oh, have Bry or our cousin, because he's very strong. He loves numbers and he's strong with math and physics. Like, that's his shit. I'm like, ask them to help you. And he's like, okay. Because I had no one to help me at the time, right? I've always done everything on my own. Yeah, he would have been, how, okay, if I was 7, now I gotta do the math now. We're going back like 10 years or so. Oh my god. I would have been, because I remember taking that test during my birthday, so I would have been like 17 when I had summer school. So if I was 17 subtract 13, how old would he have been? Yeah, he would have been 4. He wouldn't have remembered that. He wouldn't have known that. Yeah, so he told me, he's like, I'm in summer school now. And I was like, great. Like, it's happening. Like this is what's annoying. Like, he's not understanding because he's like lashing out at me emotionally. And I'm like, when I look at you, I see myself going through shit again, right? And for me, it's hella painful. Ugh. Because I feel like I'm giving him advice I wish someone would have given me at that point in time, right? So I'm like, again, I wasn't expecting him to tell me this, but the first thing he told me was like, yo, Lisa, I'm in summer school. And I was like, oh my god. So I think I don't know how long it's gonna go on for, but that might actually be a good thing because they're gonna be melting at the house, and at least at the school they'll have AC. So I'm like, I don't have to worry about him health wise, because it's really scary when we have health scares because they come out of fucking nowhere and it's like a life or death, life threatening situation. You're like, holy fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna get through this. Yeah, so I don't know when he's gonna be done. But when he told me that, I was like, every time he talks to me or we're dealing with something, I feel like I have a second chance at doing like a do over with something I've already done. You know what I mean? Like, it's scary. Anyways, what was I talking about before I brought him up? Fuck, now I have to backtrack. Too many tangents. Anyways, he should be good. If he needs anything, he'll let me know, right? Because he's studying now. I didn't ask him what field he's going into, and I'm like, I don't really care because like all of this is a scam. I sent him all the notes for driving, so I'm like, whatever he ends up deciding to do, I'm like, he can deal with that after. Oh yeah, I was talking about the bread thing. Yeah, okay, let me go back. I feel nervous now because I don't know if God's here watching me now, but he might have been watching me from the start. But I'm like, now I'm kind of cognizant of it, and I'm like, now it's like making me feel weird. I hope he knows I'm talking shit about it. Fucking hell. Okay. Yeah, going back to the bread now. This is how we got on this high school tangent. Fuck. Last time I had this dream where I'm in this room with all of these racks of bread. I think Flowers was with me, and he told me, because I'm like, because you guys know I don't eat and I don't like bread. It's only like now, like this year, was it this year? It might have been last year. Between like, since I've been here, I've been eating the most bread I've eaten in my whole fucking life. Right? I ate the baguette. I had the 2 loaves of raisin bread, or like cinnamon bread, or whatever the fuck, because it wasn't normal bread. I had toast when I was here. I had that lady when I walked past to get home, she offered me bread, right? Like, that's at least 5 times I've eaten bread in the past, I don't know how long, right? So last time I'm in this room full of these racks of like baked bread, Flowers was with me, right? And this is when I was in high school, right? So Flowers told me every time I learn a new skill or learn, like, expand my knowledge, he said a new loaf is put out onto these shelves to like cool, I guess. So when we were in that room the first time, there's some loaves, and you can tell they just came out the oven. They're like steaming, right? And then we go to a couple in the back, right? Because there's not that many racks. It's not like, it's like if you were starting a bakery, but like it hasn't like gotten to warehouse production yet. So there's a couple of them, and I see them bring out like the fresh loaves are like right in front of me. But then we're walking through the room, and I'm like, how come these ones look burnt and stale? And he told me at the time, he's like, these are skills you haven't used or you've forgotten. So, you know, bread goes bad at some point. These gotta go. So when you like pick that back up again, the loaves will come back and be fresh, right? So I hadn't had that dream in so long, right? But I always had that in the back of my mind, because I told you guys, if you cyclically keep coming back here, like and you don't pick up any skills, you're pretty much like in hell here, okay? I tell you guys not to waste time. Like, pick up as many skills as you can, because the more things you... how do I explain this? You're like in a situation where you like need tools and you don't have them on hand, right? Like the more skills you pick up, it's like more tools you have to get through whatever fucking shit you gotta get through, right? So present day now, I'm having this dream with God, and we're in this warehouse, and it's like the same type of bread situation, and it like took me back to that time, and I'm like, oh my God, did all of this happen since then? Because I didn't think the room would be so massive, right? I started laughing because I'm like, that rack with like the burnt and like stale ass loaves of bread are still there, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I know there's shit I'm forgetting that I haven't like used in a while, but I'm like, God damn it. So like, I'm there with him now in this room, and then it finally clicked, and I'm like, this is why you wanted me to eat this on camera? And he's like, yeah. And he's showing me all the racks, like the fresh bread that I did just for this year, or like not this year, but since I came here. And I was like, holy shit. And he's like, yeah, I'm proud of you. He's like, look at all this bread. And I'm like, I wish I was making some bread, bro. And then I fucking kid you not, an opportunity for like to make bread came up, and I'm gonna go deal with that tomorrow, which is nuts, okay? And then on top of that, since we're talking about me being all fat, because I've been stuffing my face for like I know I'm not eating. I know for you guys that might be gross, so I'm like, I know I'm not eating enough because I'm moving about more than I'm eating. But I'm really craving condensed milk and bread, right? Which is like gonna add on to the list of stuff I've been eating, right? And I'm like, ah, man. But I know that poor man food, but I'm like, I really wish I had some of that to eat right now. Anyhow. So for me, it clicked into place. Because I was like, the loaves, they're all different types of bread, right? And this is the first time, like, because he's showing me, he's like the new ones, he's like, they're all like long way baguette wise, and I was like, what the hell? I low-key kind of wanted to take some off and just beat him with them, like we have a baguette fight. It would have been fun. But anyways, yeah, I had that dream. So I don't know what the point of me telling you guys this is, other than like, go pick up some skills, right? Because there's like, everything is documented and recorded on, I don't know what realm they're in, okay? Like everything, every tear you cry, every skill you acquire, everything you fuck up, like everything is there. And I'm like, I wasn't expecting him to keep track, because in my head, I'm like, I'm doing too many things. I can't even keep track. I'm like, things change and happen so suddenly, like, I don't know. So, okay, so then another dream, next dream I had with him, okay, was with this, and he told me, because everything, if he's got all of my stuff, all my shit, right there in front of me, I'm like, okay, now we gotta do the same thing here. So he tells me to start writing in this. Oh, so okay, hold on. So it's day of my birthday, right? And I tell him I want to spend the day with him, right? So now I feel him getting worried because I told you guys I don't wake up with an alarm, right? So every day I naturally get up at the same time, right? Which is right when my landlord's about to leave or right before he's about to leave, right? Like if a spirit woke me up, I'd feel it, right? Like this morning, somebody woke me up because I felt it, but I don't know who woke me up. And I can't really remember what I saw this morning. But when Flowers wakes me up, I can feel it because I'm always touching my head and it's annoying because then I have to really brush through my hair when I wake up. So I know I'm naturally getting up when I'm supposed to get up without an alarm, right? And then on my birthday, my body just didn't. And I can feel him there. And I can feel him getting worried because I know I'm lying in my bed and I can feel him there because I get up like a good. I got up late today too, right? And I'm like, I don't know if I should even come back and record or just wait for my fucking body to heal first. But I'm like, I can't wait any longer. I need to run my mouth. I need to talk my shit. You know what I mean? So I get up late, like, and this never happens, right? And I can feel him getting worried, and he's coming closer to my bed, right? Because I can't get like entered like in the last stream, I was able to get off my bed, get near the floor, and talk to him, right? Like I didn't feel pain, but I'm in so much pain now. And I'm like, I can't move from my bed, so I can feel him coming toward me, right? And he's worried, and he's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm telling him, I'm like, I can't move, like I feel like I can't get up. And I'm like, I know I asked you to spend the day with me, but I'm like, I really feel like I can't move. Like I want to sleep a little bit more. So I don't get up till like noon, right? And I'm like, that doesn't normally happen, right? Like I'm like, for me to get what I need to get done during the day, I have to get up early. So I'm like, half my day is gone already because I couldn't wake up. I can't remember what, but I had so many dreams then too. But anyways, he's nearby and he's telling me about this, and he told me to start like everything I want to ask him is now I'm going to start writing in this book. In my head, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to fill this, right? Like, I know there's not that many pages, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure I don't have that many questions. So he tells me start writing in it, right? And I told him, okay, I'm just going to ask you all my questions in here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fill it. I could feel my throat now. I think I've been talking too much. I'm gonna keep recording until my phone runs out of space because I need to see how long I can do this for. Because I woke up late today too, I didn't have time to charge my phone. That's why we're in this angle too. Sorry, like I have to explain a whole bunch of stuff. So my phone's charging as we're recording. That's why I went this way and not window side, okay? So I don't get up till noon, right? But I know he's nearby and my eye's killing me. But I'm like, I don't know if that's from like, I don't think the meds would have done that to my body, right? Like, I'm like, this is the first time where I got up at noon and I was like, something's wrong. Well, I know you shouldn't, but I do anyways because I don't have a clock in here, right? My phone's the only thing I have time on, and my computer, but my computer's been like fucking itself over because I have to set up the other one. So I have my phone near my bed and I can feel it going off, but I'm telling him as I'm like asleep, I'm like half asleep, right? Because I'm having these dreams. I can feel him there. I know I can't move my body, and I can feel my phone going off right next to my head because like, my phone's right next to my, you know, like, because I can check the time. And I'm like, I know people are sending me stuff for my birthday, right? Because I'm like, but I can't get up to reach my phone. So it's noon now. I get up. I know he's somewhere nearby. And then I'm like, I know people are gonna like, be reaching out for me today, or like that day. And I'm like, I don't know if I should look at my phone yet or not, because I'm like, something ain't right, right? I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, I shouldn't be straining my eyes anyways. I shouldn't be fucking looking at screens, because I'm like, my eyes are fucked. Yeah, so as I'm having these dreams, because I can't remember now and I'm really mad. I'm having this dream and I'm like, I had a really good question I wanted to ask him, but I couldn't wake up to write it down in here to ask him, right? But I've been like writing down stuff since the start of July, right? And it's the 14th now. Wait, the 14th is what day? Wait, those are one of those weird days. July 14th is Silver Day. Sorry, I didn't like plan to come record today for that reason. I'm like, I just noticed that. But anyways, I wish I had something silver on me right now. But anyways, yeah, start of July. It's the 14th now, right? So it's been a little bit. And I've been writing down every question that comes to mind that I want to ask him, right? Because I know, you guys know when I come to do these videos, I have to have something written out or I'm going to forget and it's going to take longer for me to get through this shit. So I'm like, the same kind of thought process. I'm like, okay, I'm going to write down all the questions. So when I had a couple dreams that day when he's trying to get me to wake up, because he's looking at me worried. He's like, you can't wake up. And I was like, no, something's wrong. I had a really good question I wanted to ask him, but now I can't remember because like it's not in the book now. So now I gotta carry this around with me all the time. Sorry, this is so distracting for me. I feel like depending on the lighting, this thing changes color, so it's interesting. I don't know if you guys want me to run through this quick. My handwriting's so ugly, bro. Anyways, I'm on the 3rd page now, but I can't remember one of the questions I wanted to ask him, because I told you guys he said he likes when I send him weird prayers, right? So I'm asking him similar weird ass questions, right? So I wrote down all like the normal ones, right? Like, what do you eat? Do you sleep? What do you do when you like, those normal shit? But then I asked him like some weird ones, right? Like some interesting ass ones. Okay, I'm looking at this just to figure out if I should pick 3 or give you guys, I asked him some weird things. Like, one of the things I asked him was, do you speed run through prayers, right? Because I'm like, what determines, because like they say God's time, not our time, like divine timing. I'm like, what determines this, right? Like, so I asked him that. I'm like, how come you can answer some things right away and some things take a while, like this. So I asked the question that way. I'm like, do you speed run through them? Like, how many do you get through in a day type of thing? Other question I asked him was, what do you find oddly satisfying? Right? I feel like that's an interesting question to ask him. It feels really weird. It feels like doing an interview. I don't want to, like, it's hard for me to talk about this because technically he didn't make me, right? Like, you guys are going to keep asking me, it's like, Lisa, what does that mean? Imagine I give you, like, okay, let's say I want to make, how do I explain this? Let's say I want to make a cake, right? Say, like, I'm, like, the world's best baker type of shit, right? Like, I know what I'm doing, right? Let's say, for an example, right? Because I told you he's really good at, like, creating things, like, making things. Anyways, he's an artist, right? So, let's say, for example, right, that, like, I want to make this cake, right? But I know if I make it, it won't come out right. Right? So I go to the next person that I think is most capable of bringing that cake to life. Right? So first thing I'm going to do is guide that next person. Right? This person has baking skills too, right? But they're not in the... How do I explain this? This is really hard. Anyways, try and follow on my train of thought, right? So he writes down all of the instructions. Okay, like if I had to explain this, it's like if I wrote down how I need you to make this cake, right? But and the other person is making it for me without questioning why I can't do it myself, right? Because they already know why, right? They know the reason. We're close. We're at that level where it's like, okay, cake gets made now, right? And it's made exactly how I would have made it, but just without me making it, right? And you know, like with artists, they always sign the paintings. It's like that. It's like having it made without your signature on it. So for me, that's how it feels when I tell you guys he didn't make me. He had everything. He, like, if he made me, it would have caused problems, right? So, and this is what I hate too, is because when I come across a lot of people, they're like, Lisa, act human. And I'm like, for me to act human would mean his signature would have to be on me, right? So it's hard for me to explain this because it's really annoying. So imagine when he had me made, he had all of the instructions he needed. He confided in my creator, right? I told you, like, I'm kind of like, I'm okay now to go see her after I had all these weird experiences with him. That's another question I have in the book too. I'm like, did you make everything? Right? Because this has been coming up a couple times now when I'm looking at this. Anyways, so he had all of everything he needed to make me. It's just that he couldn't make me, otherwise something would have gone wrong, right? So he passed off, I guess, the blueprints for me to my creator. She had me made, right? And all of the things that you could point out, I don't know how to explain this. It's like he made me, but he didn't, right? Because his signature is not on me. I'm like, he didn't, like, it's hard to explain. Like, I don't feel like, for you guys, when you go and see him, you'll feel that, like if something's wrong, you want to hide it from him type of a thing. But I don't feel that toward him. I feel that toward my creator, right? Like, when if something's wrong, like, I don't want to, bring down the vibes when I'm near her. So I don't have that feeling when I'm near him, though. And I told you guys, like, I side with him because he's nice. Annoying as fuck, causes more problems than he solves. But I still side with him, right? So I'm not a religious person, right? Like, I never, like, he knows I don't pray. I'm waiting for the day for him to scold me, but he doesn't, right? And when I do pray, I ask for some weird ass things, right? But anyways, so I'm sending him my weird ass questions and things. Like, for me, like, I don't have, like that feeling of wanting to hide things from him isn't there, right? So I don't know if that's why he's bugging me more and more now. I'm not the only one that way too. My creator made a good couple of us. I told you my brother's nearby. He's probably hearing me talk shit right now. He's probably moving up and about now, right? Since I had that dream, because I haven't heard from him in a while. Anyways, in the book, I'm writing all of my questions. One of the questions I ask here is if he made everything in the world, right? And for like a normal person, like say like I lose this book and some random person sees this, they're gonna be like, what the fuck am I asking, right? But like for me, I'm like, that's a very, like, I'm trying to ask him some very loaded questions here, because I'm like, I don't know the answers to these, right? And I'd like to know if I'm allowed to, you know what I mean? So I ask him, I'm like, did you make everything in the world? Right? Because there's cases like mine where it's like, technically he did, technically he didn't, right? Because it's not like my creator went out of her way to make me, right? He had everything he needed to make me. It's just that he didn't make me. He put it off to someone else to make me, right? And then I'm like, there's situations where I'm like, there's lower level beings that are creating things that people think God made but didn't, right? So I'm like, this is another good question that I asked him, right? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at those three for now. Where I asked him if he whether he speed runs through prayers, what he finds oddly satisfying, and if he made everything in the world, right? Like the questions are very, like, for someone not understanding this, they're gonna be like, what kind of crazy ass question are these? But like, they're very, in my head, they're very detailed that I'm asking him this, because we can have a very good, lengthy, deep discussion on this. So when I was asleep, I'm like, I had another really good question I really wanted to ask him, but now I can't remember. Like, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't write this in the book. So as of recording this, I have 17 questions in here, right? And I'm like, and I started writing this right at the start of the month, right? And I'm like, every time something comes up, I start writing in here that I wouldn't already know the answer to, you know what I mean? And I'm like watching out now to see when I'm, because I can only see him when I'm asleep, right? Which is really annoying. Some spirits I can see when I'm awake. So I'm watching out for this now when I'm awake to see like if he's answering my questions. But I feel like that's kind of wrong too, because I'm like, I don't want it to be like an approving sense, right? Like prove to me your existence type of thing. It's just like, no, like I just want answers to my questions. You know what I mean? Even though my questions are really weird. If you guys have any more like in mind, let me know so I can start writing them in here. Right? And then I'll have like a physical record of everything that passed through my head, okay? If something happens to me and you guys find this book, make sure you get the answers to these questions. Okay? We don't need anything else but the answers. Okay, let me give you guys one more. One of the other questions I asked was, what am I not supposed to know? Right? Because this comes up quite a bit, where it's like, well, like if we go back to the fallen angel story, they're like, oh, we shouldn't be able to like read cards, right? And I'm like, if it was a big issue, I feel like God would intervene and told me not to, right? Like, he's not stopping me from reading. Same things, I heard somewhere that they said we're not supposed to be able to read and write, right? And I'm like, that pisses me off, because I remember as a kid getting beat so hard for not being able to write, and this generation now doesn't know how to do that. And I'm like, are we supposed to know how to read and write? Like, I have that question in the book too. So anything like real deep, guys, like tell me so I can write in here, because you're gonna see me, if you guys see me, I'm gonna be carrying this around and people are gonna be looking at me like, what in the fuck is this? One of the things I asked him too, because I told him, I know technically I could, because I'm not religious, right? But I'm like, I really, like, it never occurred to me, because I didn't really give a fuck where we come from or whatever, what we have to do. I just like doing random shit. Like, I don't know how to explain this. Like, you guys calling it side questing, but I'm like, for me, I'm like, it's like picking up a skill, right? Like, I don't, like, every time you guys come to see me, I'm doing something different, right? Like, for me, that's what life is, right? So I never had to question, like, why we're here, why we do certain, like, that's fucking me up right now. Right? Like, it pisses me off. I'm like, people do things cyclically and they know the cycle is like a bad, toxic ass habit. And I'm like, I hate, right, the hamster wheel type thing. I hate that shit a lot. So now as I'm looking into this, I'm like, people, like the cycles people are going through are really bad habits, right? And they're like dragging down the collective energy. So now I'm at this point where I'm like, I got some, well, technically I don't have time, but I got free-ish time, right? Like now that I gotta wait for my body to heal and shit, I'm like, let me look into this now, right? I went through 3 books that are really lengthy, right? And I'm gonna come back to the one over there. It's on the ground. Everything's on the ground. I don't got any